Check. I see y'all. Y'all's in here already, huh? Warning, warning. The dribble is in the building. What's going on, people? I know it's been a minute. I've been working triple time. Constantly trying to perfect my dribble. They say, Gully, you fighting through screens, huh? I like that. One of my followers came up with that. He said he fighting through the screens.
You get a dozen for a dime. Oh, carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic.
Hey. Hey. I ain't played my song in a minute. Black is power, that tickle you, huh? That's the first time you cop it? I mean, that's the first time you caught that? That's his first time hearing my theme song, y'all. He said facts. Oh, okay.
Oh, carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic.
Y'all know nothing about that. I'm a music connoisseur. Boom, boom, boom. Jason, that tickled you, huh? Yeah, I went and got 9. He said, I know you've been loving some of the wardrobe on the Wu Saga. Only thing that stood out to me so far, I mean, they've been having some shit on, but I'm of the era, so it was like typical. You know, the shit that they was wearing, I was wearing. But Old Dirty Bastard got this. He got a starter blue jean denim jacket. He got a denim blue jean jacket, a denim blue jean starter jacket. Old Dirty Bastard. Yeah. He said, thank you. I said, whoa. That immediately jumped out. I was like, damn, I ain't never seen one of them motherfuckers before. Where the fuck they get that at? Has anybody ever seen a denim starter jacket? On the Wu Tang series, Old Dirty Bastard has a denim starter jacket. Kareem Towns, I appreciate you, my man. Yeah, that episode was dope. I never seen it either. That joint didn't look like no knockoff. That looked at official. I don't think they just made it up for the I don't think they custom made it for him to wear it in the show. That looked like that might have been somewhere on the shelves. That looked like a rare find. That joint stood out to me like a motherfucker. I was like, whoa. When it's rare, it got flair. He said the Divine Wardrobe is fly. They doing it. The Wu is probably one of the best dressed rap groups in history. Easy. He said the polo they wear look kind of fake. They trying to make it look like the air. Master of the Zeros, I appreciate your super chat. That episode made the dribble cry. That episode put a tear in my eye, yo. That shit was that's bone chilling. That shit was crazy. That episode was crazy. Leading up to it, they wrote the fuck out that episode. Whoever wrote that episode, they killed that shit. He said, I can't front, I shed a few tears. Yeah, that shit put tears in my eyes. I ain't lying. I ain't lying, yo. Like, if that happened like that, he said, those jackets are online, Gully. Oh, okay. If that happened like that, if they announced they spoke that show into existence, if they you know blurted out in a Def Jam meeting that they was performing at the Fever and then they had to go and actually secure a spot. If all of that shit happened like that, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. But the funniest shit in that dude who's playing Old Dirty Bastard, he's killing that shit. He's hilarious. He's gonna go on and be a big star, but he might be one of those actors that's always gonna be remembered for the, you know, like we always associate Wood Harris with Avon Barksdale. This dude, he might forever be Old Dirty. He killing that shit. He killing that shit, yo. That dude is killing that shit. He said, if you look at old Chicago Bulls games, I've seen a few white guys with the denim starters. He's killing that shit, man. Yo, that dude is killing that shit. That shit was funny as hell when RZA told him, damn, man, you know, RZA told him, he said, we told the record label that we performing at the Fever. It ain't secure yet. We got to figure out something. Don't go and tell anybody that we performing at the Fever. Hey, yo! He told that nigga don't tell nobody. When he told him, man, as soon as he told him, I fell out my seat because I knew he was going to tell everybody. That nigga would have told every fucking body. That shit was funny as hell. That shit was funny as hell, yo. That shit went to the... Oh, that shit was hilarious. That nigga would have told everybody, yo. That shit was hilarious. He said, Old Dirty somewhere over the rainbow. Man, that nigga would have told everybody, man. He was telling bitches. He was telling the bad bitches. He was like, I know you want to see me at the Fever. He spoke it into existence, though. He said, Ghostface was crazy, though. Don't nobody talk to my girl. That whole episode was just... That shit was crazy, man. The writing, the way they wrote it. Lala was like, man, if the song Make My Pussy Wet, it's a hit. Man, that shit was crazy. That performance of Protect Your Neck, that shit was crazy, man. That performance of Protect Your Neck, listen to this, right? Them actors that did that shit, they obviously had to memorize. They had to memorize them lyrics. They had to memorize them niggas' lyrics and record them, right? Because when you listen to the song, when they perform a Protect Your Neck, it's in their voices. It's in their voices. So they had to know the lyrics and shit. Man, that shit was crazy, man. He said, that's Old Dirty for real, son. Yo, he was killing that shit. He went in the record label. We told him, man, I want some coffee, two sugars, 2 real sugars, 2 fake ones, creamer, everything else, and a dab of honey. He said, man, you don't even drink coffee. Why you asking for some coffee? He said, man, we got to get these motherfuckers used to giving us shit. You got to ask for something. He said, that's Old Dirty son. Nah, that's not his son. His son is on Instagram. That's an actor. That's an actor. They killing that shit. They killing that shit. That episode, that shit was beyond a reenactment, man. That shit was crazy. He said, yes, that's his son. Is it? He killing that shit. He killing that shit, yo. He said the real footage from the Fever is on YouTube. That shit was just crazy, man. And then the order that they did it, Protect Your Neck, Method Man solo, all so simple. That shit was crazy, man. Something that I noticed, it's always been out there. I don't know, but maybe I'm just now noticing it. I got a Wu Tang tattoo. I'm a Wu Tang. I love Wu Tang, right? Inspector Deck often set it off for them niggas. Did y'all is that a revelation? I know that ain't new. I just noticed it. Inspector Deck often set it off. Huh? When they did the fucking reenactment of Protect Your Neck and shit, he set it off. I'm like, man, they think highly of Deck. I would like to hear, he said, always. Ha! That's fire. That's fire. That's fire, man. That's fire. And who ends it? Starks and Ray. Man, that's fire, man. Deck set off Triumph. He was the first to rhyme on Triumph, too. He said, Big Meech sold his story, BMF to an informant. Yeah, that's out here. He said, yeah, Deck the first on Triumph. Yeah. They say the album that got lost in the flood was a classic Deck album. Damn. He said Kyrie betrayed the Nets. I'm going to veer off of this, the Wu Tang saga for just a minute because I have to talk about basketball on my big platform briefly, right? Because he just said something about the Nets. Steph Curry is the MVP right now in the league. Steph Curry gunned them niggas down. Hey, yo. Steph gunned them niggas down, man. And when I was sitting, they kept pointing the camera at James Harden and Kevin Durant on the bench. They had a fucked up, puzzled ass look, man. Like, and these niggas is shooters. These niggas is shooters too. These niggas do the same shit to people. But them niggas was sitting on the bench, man, like almost, it was like he was bullying them niggas, man. He said, yeah, Steph was playing with them. He said they was sick. Man, I ain't never seen them niggas look so vulnerable. I've never seen them look so vulnerable on camera. Never. He said, Harden ain't hard no more. Man, it was like he was bullying them niggas, man. He said the bullies got... He was sticking their ass up, yo. He said that's his son playing him, ODB. Okay. He killing it. Made Brooklyn look weak. Made them niggas look ordinary as fuck. I was like, damn. He said Harden ain't performing. He said Kurt left Steph in to punish them after they was up 35 points. He said Kurt left Steph in to punish him after they was up. And he was just shooting long. His range so crazy, right? This nigga jacking, right? And a guy, swiped at the ball, like tried to block it. So he like ended up pump faking, and the dude went that way, and he still shot it and got it off. Splash. Like he doing this shit in motherfuckers' faces, yo. He He said, yo, and Clay not even playing. Wait until he come back. He said 2016 Curry back, and that's scary for the NBA. He said, yo, you took me back out of the whole Wu Tang playing. Who's your favorite artist? Ragu. You know who Ragu is, right? That's Ray and Ghost. To like one, you have to like the other. That's how they was introduced to us. That's how they was introduced to me. I listened to their debut album, The 36 Chambers. I listened to that. Cuban Links is the one that grasped me. Just the artwork on the album cover alone. If back then the CD, when you could open it up and you could pull it out, you seen some of the flyest shit in the world in that Built for Cuban Links album cover when you opened it up and shit. You seen Ghostface with the two big Jesus pieces and shit. You know, they had the Wallabies on, they had the Peppermint Kangos and shit. Like, that shit alone, that's just when you, that's just opening and that's just opening the package and shit. Like, you ain't even got to the music yet. Like, that's just opening the package. Like, this, like, man, a person could steal the motherfucking CD or you lose the CD and you still kept this motherfucking package and shit. But anyway, boom. Once you got up in that shit and got to listening to it, they kind of removed all of the extra. They wasn't gonna get away with that chess box and shit, like jumping on the chess boards and shit like that. That was over people's heads. That was over motherfuckers' heads. Motherfuckers wasn't fucking with that. They needed something to grasp people right away. Like the 36 Chambers was the introduction, but they knew what to implement, that street shit, and they put Raekwon, Ghost, Cuban Links, Verbal Intercourse on there with Nas, just Cappadonna's debut on the song Ice Cream. Like, you can't get around it. He said, we don't get that CD artwork anymore. Nah, people don't put out hard copies like that no more. That was an experience going to buy a CD. And, you know, they had they had record stores, CD places where you could actually open up the CD and listen to the motherfucker before you buy it. They had headphones set up right there, like headphone stations and shit, media play. I used to go to media play and shit. You could listen to the motherfucking CD before you buy it. You can't even imagine some shit like that, could you? That was media play back in the day and shit. My man said Vogels, coconuts. Yeah, that was the shit. That was the shit. That was that was the shit, yo. Like, back in the day, like, going to the record store was like going on an outing and shit. Like, you go to a mall or go to a record store and shit. Like, that was like going shopping, like an outing. Like, you would be in there like 40 minutes, an hour and shit. Like, you didn't just go in a record store and come right back out, man. You chilled in the motherfucker for a minute. Like, you was there for a minute, man. They had other shit there, magazines, books, just all types of, you know, media, hip hop. It was almost like being in a library and shit. He said Sam Goody was a spot you could listen to music before you copped. He said you had the CDs plus the magazine, posters, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that in the record store. And refreshments. For some reason, record stores would always have some snacks and shit in them. He said my cousin had a record shop, Sounds in the Hood. You don't see them, the mom and pop record stores. You don't see them no more. Those used to be lit. That was like must see TV. You had to go to get right. That was just like the same way you had to go to Foot Locker and shit to get sneakers. You know, same way Foot Locker was the shit. Whatever your record store was the shit. Like, you went to them back to back. When you went shopping, you went to get fresh outfit, sneakers on the way out. Record store, you need something to play in the whip. He said the Lakers every time they lose, they blame Russ. Yeah, that's some sucker shit. There's artists that's still putting out. You see that Hemlo shit up there? That's Rome Streets right there, directly below me, above my finger. That's Rome Streets. That's Hemlo. It's people they bringing it back. They got vinyl. Niggas is selling vinyl, and I don't think it's gonna lead to no record stores unless it's like a novelty record store. If you're a record store at this point, you have to be solidified. You gotta have your clientele. You probably been open for a minute. He said Curry got 37 games with 9 or more 3-pointers made. lighten it up. My man said Moody's in the Bronx. He said they replaced our record store with a Chipotle. I still hit the record stores here and there in the Natty, digging in the crates. He said they got a new episode out. Yeah, I watched the new episode, but that one I had to get on here and speak about it because it touched me. That shit actually put a tear in my eye. That shit was crazy, yo. Word. No more Staples Center. They changing the name, I think, around Christmas time to cryptosomething.com arena. I think they bought the rights to the Staples Center for like the next 7 or 70 years. Yeah, it might be 70. I'm pretty sure it's 70. What type of sign is that for crypto investors? He said Beat Street in downtown Brooklyn. Rome Street is dumb nice. He said the Coup de Grace album with Ransom was crazy. I reviewed that album and remember what platform you seen him first. It might have been Gully TV. Shout out to Rome Streets. He said, Stephen A. just said Kyrie should only get 1-year deals, no long-term deals. What's wrong with that? If he played for one season and shit, they still gonna be having to give him $30 million and all that type of crazy shit. He said, that series bring back so many memories. That series made me cry. That shit in that, man, that shit in that fucking, that Protect Your Neck performance on that series is one of the greatest Wu Tang performances of all time. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. They was killing that shit. Like, if I was an A&R, because it was music execs there, I would have been floored. I would have been flabbergasted. After Protect Your Neck alone, I would have been like, whoa. You feel me? But you heard what she said. She said, I couldn't believe this shit. They were stars. It was 9 stars I was looking at on the stage. Nah, it was 8 of them there because I believe you God might have been locked up. Cappadonna wasn't there. He said, I wouldn't trust Kyrie with a 1-week deal. Me neither. Not right now. Make sure y'all follow my sports channel, Gully TV Sports. He said, need that Ghostface interview. I know, right? Hard in the second with 9 or more threes. Who's the weakest member of Wu Tang in your opinion? I never heard no weak Wu Tang member. I'm gonna tell you why. How can you say that there's a weak member in the group when you have songs when all of them was on there, like Triumph, for instance? Did you detect anybody garbage on Triumph? He said, Cappadonna, you out your goddamn mind. Did you detect any weaknesses on Triumph? Did you? I didn't. Cappadonna is on Shay Shay Lagos with I said not Cappadonna. You God is on Shay Shay Lagos with Ghostface. He gets busy. Ain't no chinks in the armor of the Wu. I'm sorry. He said no weak link. I don't detect no weak link. He said Wu Wednesday. Ironically. He said not garbage, but least skilled in comparison. I don't have anything to support you God being the least skilled. I don't. Whenever I heard him, he got off. Perfection. You dealing with gods right here. They not gonna put out no. Do y'all have some garbage with Wu, you got on it or something like that? Like, they're not gonna put out nothing but perfection. Like, where did this come from? He said, whoever said Cappadonna was a wink link needs to exit the chat. You guys said RZA favored a couple of Wu members. It's not obvious who would be favored. Let's say there was a favorite. They were fan favorites. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? If RZA had favorites, they must have been fan favorites. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we going with what's hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's necessary. I'm serious. He said when they all on the track, they all smash. Facts. All those cats was nice. That's why they will never be another Wu Tang Clan. Thank you. Super Ninja, you got killed that shit. You got voice was necessary. Very commanding voice. Winter Wars is a masterpiece. These niggas don't know what they talking about, y'all. He said this what you guys said. I believe he said a bunch of shit. 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 He said something about Kill Arm. He said a bunch of shit. And he's entitled to his opinion. Right? But if he said that RZA favored certain members, might the members possibly be Raekwon and Ghost? You got to deal with them niggas. You got to deal with them niggas a certain way. Don't you know he have to deal with them a certain? He has to deal with each. It's supposed to be equality, true, but don't you know he has to deal with these guys a certain way? You feel me? Don't he have to deal with them a certain way? Right. Wouldn't you have to deal with Ghostface? Just check Ghostface out. Check him out. Check his temperament out. If you ever been following the whole Wu-Tang shit, he had the Jason mask on. Like, he from a different projects than a lot of them niggas and shit like that. Like, you have to deal with him different. Period. He said, one thing I can say about your content is it's always fresh and not chopped and screwed. Nah, man, it's hip-hop. Ja Rule needs his own series. Stapleton. Exactly. He said, Ghostface always separate from the rest of the crew. A ghost. What the fuck? A ghost. Every Wu member have a different style. I call them facets. The Wu-Tang brand, the Wu-Tang energy, it's like a diamond. Each member is a facet. Each member brings radiance and beauty to the whole dynamic, the whole jewel. Believe that. He said the Wu-Tang series is the best series on TV. I like BMF too. If something happens to Lamar, I don't know. It's gonna be hectic without Lamar on BMF. They'll have to get something going. That'd be a huge void. He said, I still watch the video rebuttal, the action Bronson Ghostface did. Me too. I just watched that not long ago. He said, and they are all God body. He said, you never experienced Wu-Tang Clan until you listen to Kwame. Yeah. Kwame is incredible, y'all. You should play that for a black woman sometime. They miss that. Some black women miss that joint. You should play it for them. And then the whole Kwame thing, they're going to be compatible with that and shit. Wu Saga is saving Hulu. All they had was Handmaid's Tale until Wu Saga debut. They have a true story video of Lamar on YouTube. Yeah, I seen it. Lamar shot Meech in real life. Well, his name's not Lamar, but he shot him in real life with a Uzi. He said, I play that for my chicks. That's on Iron Man. He said, why am I rooting for Lamar? Because you don't want the show to be over with. He said Meth's popularity carried the Wu. Method Man had crossover appeal. They projected him first. He was the first, I believe, with a solo song project released. They did everything in order. Perfection. Can't rewrite that shit. He did everything correct. He said, you can't stop over a chick. Yeah, it's over a chick. You know what else is over a chick? That whole situation with Peanut and World from Brooklyn LG was over a chick. Obviously, it was obviously over a chick. He said, Gully, that's not ODB's son. I was locked up with Cappadonna cousin on the island in '96, and he told me how most of them were actually in deep beef with each other before forming the Wu Tang Clan. I like that scene on the Wu Tang series when Ghostface was getting some food and them niggas walked up on him. They normally would be beefing and shit like that, and he thought they was coming to do something to him, and they was like, "Yo, that joint hot. Like, we coming to the show and shit like that." That was crazy. As far as popularity, ODB was just as golden as Meth. ODB has had a lot of soul. He was the soul. He had a lot of soul, a lot of blackness and shit. What's your thoughts on the New York drill going on right now? I can't keep up with it. Primarily because all of it sounds the same. And all of it, the beats are, it's all the same type of energy and shit. And each person is saying they shit. Don't get me wrong. I've heard some niggas talking slick on them drill beats. Like, some of them niggas be saying some shit. They be saying some shit. But can't listen to that shit all goddamn day, every day and shit. Like, how could you even have that shit around you? Like, like, come on, man. I listen to the Vapors and shit like that. I listen to straight up. Who smokes the drill music? Wouldn't that blow your high? Ain't that too much the fuck going on? Nobody smokes the drill music. That's how you know it ain't no good. Only niggas smoke to that shit is niggas going to drill. Them the only niggas that can smoke to that shit. That shit don't even relax. That shit have you all fucked up and confused. You trying to relax. You got this shit on. Man, turn that shit down or off. Period. It's fucking up the weed. You can't even smoke with this shit. You said too much bad energy. We gotta turn on some, man, put on Backspin or, one of them LL Cool J radio that's playing the old fly shit, man. When you smoking, you want to hear some fly shit, man. You don't want to hear all that crazy shit. There's too much going on. He said straight old head talk. Nah, this ain't old head talk, man. It ain't an old head standing before you, man. I'm just telling you what's real. It would fuck up the weed. Like, that don't go with weed. Probably go with alcohol. Drill music and weed don't go together. They don't go together. Oh, he said 40 equal older. Oh, okay, I got it. I listen to Griselda and Affiliates. That's the only new shit that I'm listening to nowadays. I listen to Biggie and Shaq. You Can't Stop the Rain. That's a smoker. That's a smoker's tune. That's a good one. Spice One got good weed music. Loose Ends. The people who actually sing You Can't Stop the Rain, they got good weed music. M Toomey, I'm sugar afraid. Good weed music and shit. Like, I don't want, you can't be, it's too much going on. It's too much going on. He said, these new dudes is demons, they not players. Got it. He said, AZ, Devin the Dude, Anita Baker, I feel you. Compton's Most Wanted. Anita Baker, that's good weed music. Anything that's this mellow, that's good weed music. Y'all see what's good weed music? Sade and all of this good relaxing shit. Like, you can't have no motherfucking drill on and shit. Like, who be listening to that shit all day? Like a couple cuts, man, turn that shit off. We get it. They gonna spin the block. All of them be saying spin the block. We get it. Y'all gonna drive right around the block and do it again. We heard the last 30 of you niggas say that shit. So we get it. We get it. We get it. Sheesh. Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. They said Bootsy. No doubt. The Far Side Smoke too. You know who's a good, that doom 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 doom. Ahmad. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but sometimes I sit and wish I would. That's an incredible weed experience. You just be like, that shit just, that's one of the greatest hip hop songs ever recorded. Ahmad. That's that shit. He said classic West Coast. Yeah. He said Shaka Khan versus Stephanie Mills versus today. That's a great weed experience. That's weed music. Through the fire. Oh, man. Shaka Khan might win that, y'all. I don't want to be biased early on. Stephanie Mills can sing her ass off. I know a lot of y'all probably don't know who that is. Stephanie Mills can sing her ass off. She can sing her ass off. She sung Field of Fire with Teddy Pendergrass. These are some heavyweights. Have your weed rolled up. I'm telling you. You ain't even going to want to move, man. Have you a candle burning. You know what I'm saying? Shit going to be right. Corey G said Isley Brothers. My man said Pink Floyd. My man said he going to have him a little gin. He said Shaka's still fine. I haven't seen Stephanie Mills in a long time, but she was bad too. Both of them, like, that's them early 80s divas. You see, that movie Black and White with the Wu in it is a classic. Kid Capri, Stephanie Mills remix is incredible. Old school Jackson 5 is Flame with the Flames. Smith & Wesson. A Butter Rim soundtrack. You could play that from start to finish. That's incredible. That's incredible weed music. It's a blend of a bunch of groovy shit. It ain't nothing wild on there, I don't think. Nope. Only song that's kind of wild is Pain by Tupac. But everything else, yeah, that's a bomb-ass CD too. Bomb-ass CD. Woo! They don't make those no more. Them soundtracks. Motion picture soundtracks. The soundtracks used to be the shit. He said the real big pimping on that joint. Sunset Park, I had all of them joints. Everything y'all naming, I had in my whip. Everything y'all naming. Dead Presidents, High School High, Booty Call, Sunset Park. All of them CDs we was cheating Columbia House out of, I had them all. All of them Columbia House licks, I had them all. I had a Columbia House. Everybody that I knew, everybody, I put Columbia, everybody around me, I put their name on a Columbia House joint. My mom, dad, my pops was pissed. He was pissed. He was like, nigga, this shit gonna fuck up my credit. You gotta send this shit back. Oh, shit. Y'all remember the Columbia House licks? He said, Gully, you inspired me to get my dribble right. I ain't forget MC8. I said Compton's Most Wanted. I said that earlier. 20 CDs for a penny. Columbia House and BMG. He said, I stunned Columbia House for about 30 CDs. 30 CDs for a penny. You couldn't beat you couldn't beat that. You can't beat that. He said, I still owe the motherfucker so much money. I'm pretty sure that was probably fucking our credit up, but we was juvenile, so we didn't have no credit yet. So good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. We're talking about the Wu Tang Clan series on Hulu and the exceptional depiction of the fever. He said that's all 90s. Belly soundtrack was crazy. Facts. $500,000 had the hottest song on there. Magnificent J, I wouldn't repeat what you just said online ever. My man said they can hate on the dribble all they want. You're an inspiration, Gully. I lost all kind of weight off your pork eater rants. Yeah, we don't have no pork. Don't be in here eating no pork, yo. That shit give you high blood pressure and shit like that. Y'all got to get y'all vegetables and fruits up. Get your alkaline waters up. Pork kills. Live Hip Hop Daily. H, what's good? Good morning. He said, "Oh boy, mastered that ODB character. He killing it, and everything that he did is consistent with ODB's character and who we seen ODB. I could see him grabbing the mic in the fever and going on a black people rant in front of everybody in the Bronx. I could see all of that. Peace." He said, "Damn, Gully, I like a good Taylor ham, a good Taylor ham sandwich here and there. You gotta leave that alone, man." He said, "Alkaline water is no better than regular water." What would make you say that? Explain. A thin line between love and hate. Soundtrack, great smoke vibe. Yeah, you got R. Kelly on there. R. Kelly got some smackers on there. My man said, Muslims sell turkey ham. What that got to do with me? Why did you just say that? Why did you just say that? The real footage is on YouTube. They did that scene so great, down to Old Dirty flashing a pistol. My man said turkey ham is good. Don't Be a Menace in South Central soundtrack was fire. That Ghost album cover was based off Teddy Pendergrass. Okay. I wonder why Wu Tang never featured Tupac in an album. Wu Tang came out in '94. Tupac got shot in the East Coast in '94. not happening. The timing wasn't right. The time frame didn't match up. History repeats itself. Eventually, 90s hip-hop will come back with a new sound. People say that Griselda is the 90s sound. Rock Marcy, Rome Streets. There's others. Hope I ain't leaving nobody out. Crime Apple, Mayhem Loren, Noah the Flood, Planet Asia. They sticking to the script. He said they not popular enough yet. They working on it. We can't have the same Ito, right? You can't have it. Green Double is a gorilla. Green Double from Rochester. Green Double been uploading music and shit on Instagram, and I think he got it online somewhere. I ain't been to the site that he got it on. Green Double got some shit, for real. RLX. Can Haitian Jack ever come back to the U.S.? Not unless he's a politician like Shine. He been going over 10 years and shit. I think you can apply to come back. I wouldn't put it past him, though. I ain't gonna even lie. If I don't put it past him. Don't put it past. He might be here right now. That's just what type of nigga he is. I'm telling you. Rob Gates. What's my man named? Cosmo from Queens, your boy Cosmo. Zip with the drip, Queens niggas. They spitting that shit too. That y'all would call 90s shit. RJ Payne, Rain Man. My man my man said Jack got a facelift. He came back last week. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at Gully TV 1. Tupac did a song with Method Man. Yes, he did. Method Man is on I got my mind made up. Yeah, Method Man is on Tupac's All Eyes on Me album. That's right. There you go. They work together. I forgot about that shit. They don't know him from Top Class days. That's why I tell them RJ Payne is the artist formerly known as Rain Man from Philadelphia. Go check him out back in the day. Sister George, peace and blessings to you too, sis. Good morning. He said facts. Deck was on there too. All Eyes on Me. That song was for the Dog Pound. Daz gave it to Tupac. Meth got work with Pac and Biggie. Facts. They didn't work together. He worked with Daz, and Daz gave it to Pac. Okay, well, I believe if he ended up on the final cut, Tupac approved of that fire Meth was spitting. Them niggas sounded good together. Meth and Tupac sounded good together on that song. That song was alright. Snoop is on that joint too, ain't he? Griselda doesn't have anyone to battle. Conway. Benny, them niggas got battle raps. Don't get it fucked up. If you seen them on Funk Flex, they could turn that shit on a motherfucker. For real. He said Inspector Deck was on it too, but they cut his verse. Daz on the track. He said, Conway the best over there. Shit like a fruit salad, man. Different days you have different moods, man. Different days, you know. One day Benny might give you your fix. One day you might be feeling, you might be on something. Conway music is abrasive and shit. It's Beanie Siegel-ish, Ransom, you know, the gorillas and shit, the gorilla raps. He said Tupac told Daz to take Deck off the song, which was crazy. He probably kept the one that had more pop appeal at the time. Meth had had already been he had a hot debut single, Bring the Pain. He did the joint with Mary J. Blige. Keeping Method Man was a big deal for that Tupac record. Ransom gave Benny a style to copy. That's 100% false. Ransom and Benny don't sound alike. They don't. They don't. .38 Special's nice too. Dumb nice. Somehow throughout all of this, his I don't know, reverence. He kind of like stood down, but in my opinion, he was the best out of all of them. He said, I heard Deck's verse on that joint. It was okay. My man said 38 the best out the whole crew to me. To me too, I just said that. 38 Special and Benny R. Team. No. They've always done records together, going back to Cocaine Cowboys, and then Benny spent time actually on Trust Gang. That's 38 Special label before he went to Griselda. So they've always been doing music together. You can get the Trust Tape 2. Look for the Trust Gang, Trust Tape 2 online, on YouTube. You can hear their old shit together. Def Jam gave Logic more money than any artist they have currently. Have you seen Logic shows? Have you seen his shows? Have you seen Logic shows? Top 10 New York rappers. It's too much, man. It's too many people to put in 10, man. Just know my 10 will contain Guru. Half a Mil is going to be number 1. Guru. Jay-Z. Ghost and Ray. Ice Cube. Esco. I mean, you know what it is. How did they let Def Jam die? Not signing anybody. Logic is a white artist. I know he white. Have you seen his shows? You see how many people be in that goddamn arena? He said Logic is not white. He not rocking black, and I heard it's a mystery to his ethnicity. I heard that. I seen him talking about that. He ain't running around this motherfucker with red, black, and green on. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen him at no cookouts, man. No gatherings. I ain't seen him nowhere where black folks be. He said he is white. I think he tried to say something else. I don't know. It don't even matter. OT the Real and Millie's got a new joint. Millie's is signed to Jadakiss So Raspy with Big U from Jersey. Oh, Mobb Deep. You right. He said Ice Cube. Yeah, Ice Cube. You tell me a lot about your knowledge of hip-hop. If you don't know about Ice Cube, Ice Cube can say he's in the top 5. Most people won't argue it. You had to been there, straight up. Bro got the new podcast though. I do. It's called The Dribble. Make sure y'all check out my podcast episodes on all them streaming sites. It's Gully TV The Dribble. He said Death Certificate dope as Ice Cube album. Ice Cube, NWA. Y'all think Ice Cube is fucking Friday. Y'all think he's Craig. Y'all know Ice Cube is Craig. Y'all don't remember him when he was like the most gangsterest nigga in the world. Or when he was like the top nigga in the game, the whole game and shit like that. Y'all don't remember that. But he had his time. He did. He said Jerry Curl Ice Cube. America's most wanted Ice Cube, all of that. Jacking for beats, Ice Cube. That jacking for beats shit that Game and everybody's been doing for the last 30 years where they rap on 5 beats in one song. Ice Cube was the first one to do that. That was called jacking for beats. Nobody ever did that shit before. And he was talking about jacking niggas for their beats and rapped on them. Killing that shit. Killing that shit. Once upon a time in the projects, y'all gotta go back and y'all gotta go play that shit back. Straight up. You listen to anybody from DC outside of Wale, Kingpin, Slim, etc. I don't too much listen to none of them guys you mentioned. I listen to Wale if it's being played. Wale got some shit, but I listened to Fat Trail before. I like my man Payroll Slim out of DC. He do the type of rapping that I like and shit. If it wasn't for Ice Cube writing all they shit, I don't believe NWA would have been as big as they were. Ice Cube is a legend. He said Ice Cube might have the longest, greatest peak. No Vaseline. That could be one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. That's when he was battling NWA. He was tearing NWA ass up. But they was fighting back. It was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. They was killing it. That shit was hot. It's like a movie. Go buy Cube shit. Go see what NWA say. Ren and them with Spawn. Always into something. Real niggas don't die. He said, I definitely remember Cube. You have a young audience. They think that Ice Cube and Common is like identified as actors right now, but these is like some of the greatest rappers ever. People don't know that. They think Common is rapper. His name was Common Sense. And we talking about Ice Cube. Him and Ice Cube had a battle. See how that worked out? The Cypher. You see how that all connected? You see how all that? You see all that? That was so spontaneous and just dope and just real and just authentic, and you can Google it. He said our Baltimore rappers are on the rise. Facts. The niggas got to stay on the street, though. He said Common gave Cube that penmanship. I don't know who won that joint. I do know that I Used to Love Her was the shit. That's that shit. That was that shit. He said Common drop I Used to Love Her is flawless. He said Common body Cube. I don't remember Cube getting no get back off that. I don't know what he ever said in return. I think he was trying to talk tough to Common. He said Common won, but Cube is a god. They both gods. So yeah, he didn't get no get back. Cube didn't get no get back. He just let that. He just let that. He let that go. He let it go. The Common's attack was a classic. It's still a classic. Hulu did a bad job. Hulu did a bad job with promotion for Wu Tang. It probably could have been more promotion on regular TV outside of the fucking internet and the fucking the Hulu app. It could have been like general fucking commercials. I haven't seen one if it is. He said Pooba high up there. Facts. It's too many to put in the 10. I could have put them. I could have put Common in the 10. I could have put I'm gonna say, listen, them niggas that was on Rockers, dudes like Common. I ain't even gonna say Rockers. Look. Common, Mos Def. Common, Mos Def. Common, Mos Def. It's somebody else. Oh, Common, Mos Def, Talib. Them dudes is monsters. Them dudes is monsters. Them dudes is monsters, yo. Them, you would have to really know about hip hop to know them niggas is monsters. Like they scary to your favorite rapper. Your favorite rapper is scared of niggas like them. Yeah. He said Black Thought, greatest lyricist of all time, hands down. He said Black Thought was on Rockets, I think. I don't know, but that Rocket shit was crazy. Yeah, Pharoah, Sean Price, all of them type niggas. Them niggas is bears. Them niggas is bears. Dick Smashwell, thank you. Rocket Sound Bombing album. Common One. Mos Def and Talib owned the Lyricist Lounge back in the day. Sound Bombing. AZ Smitty. Good morning, J. Rue. Good morning, everybody. I'm about to get up out of here. It's time to roll up and get to the juice bar and all that. I hope y'all have a great day. P. Capes TV. I don't fuck with him. He said those dudes are on another level. Yeah, they on another level. Them niggas is like when you say hip hop, a lot of other people are just rappers and shit. Them niggas is really, really, really MCs. Don't need no music, could beat on their chest and start rhyming and freestyle. They just off the charts. I don't like the way Talib Kweli rap Kanye West. Go listen to 199 with Sadat X, Common Sense, and Talib, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Hold on. Mos Def. Common Sense, Sadat X. Go fuck with that. Straight up. I'm about to get up out of here. Peace.